Sir Paradise, Pick'em Paradise, and we're here for the Tuesday tip of the day. It's going to be the second time in a row that I've done this, and it's going out on Tuesday, so it actually might be catching on because for me, like, it's a miracle I even do videos. So anyway, Tuesday tip of the day, I'm trying to put out some useful content for people to take advantage of and try to help the newcomers on the subreddit. And hopefully maybe help some other experienced guys remember some stuff that maybe they've forgotten, or to put it in the comments and have a discussion about. Anyway, today I've got this all laid out here. I got some nice picks which we're going to be doing a review on, and I've got some tension wrenches, and everybody might ask themselves, which one would you rather have, a lot of picks or a lot of tension wrenches? Well, some variety picks are definitely good to have, but tension, I think, is the number one key. And when I started out picking, I didn't start in the traditional way and discover Bosnia Bill or LPL, but I did discover them a little later on. I believe early on, I think it was like a Murloc and somebody else that I was kind of like kept looking and finding their YouTubes. But when I was working on locks and steel to this day, if I'm going to work on a lock and I'm not really familiar with it, the first thing I try to figure out is its tension requirements. So if I want to do a quick internet search or ask a question, that's going to be one of the first questions or things that I'm going to be looking for. Does this lock require heavy tension, medium tension, or really light or really heavy tension? Once I know that, I feel like more than half the battle is done. What is light tension? I've said this on the sub a lot, on the subreddit, and I've given this bit of information out a lot. But other than knowing the tension requirements, how do we describe tension? Well, light tension or feather light tension, I describe as enough pressure as it takes to hold a piece of paper on the wall and it not fall. So we'll take this sticker, and if I were to hold that right there and not let it fall, oh, that's too little tension because it fell. Oh, too little tension because it fell. Too little tension because it fell. So just enough to not let it fall. And then that's light or feather light tension. So medium tension would be about double that, heavy tension about triple that, and gorilla tension, well, gorilla tension is pretty self-explanatory. Crank on that thing. I am a little heavy-handed, and I do prefer a little heavier tension, even on locks that require some light tension. But what I'll do is I will actually hold the tension really strong as I move through the lock, so I don't accidentally set a pin and not know it, because I want to know what I'm doing in there. And I want it to be intentional. And then once I find the binding pin that I want to work on, then I'll release and go back to the lighter tension. So that's a pretty good tip. I think that could help some people, as well as the shape of your tension wrench and what you're kind of looking for. So I prefer the 50 thousandths pry bar from Peterson. It's my go-to pry bar, and I prefer it to be really, really stiff. Okay, there's other ones, say like these sparrows that been curled or knurled or however you say that, that pattern put on them, and I think it makes it more flexible. You see how flex that's in there? Now there are a time where I'm looking for this, specifically when I have some kind of tricky pins, or I know it's a serrated or spooled, or we got some good trickery in there, torpedo pins or something. Then if I have a little bit of flex in there, I'll actually allow my pick pressure to push past some of that and have that come through, versus a pry bar, a really stiff pry bar. Then I have to almost manually drive everything and be really tuned in. So the ones that have a little bit of spring or twist in them, that creates a little bit more spring, as we can see. Those will let you get away with more and feel a little less, in my opinion, than the stiff ones. So figure out what works for you. I hope the tip for the featherlight, which is enough pressure to hold a piece of paper against the wall without it falling off, kind of helps describe what tension is and what heavy tension versus light tension is. And that's it. Once we figure out tension, then maybe picking is a little bit, not so much. 60% or 65% of it is the tension requirements, in my opinion. So, good-o. Hope I helped someone. Stay tuned for some reviews on all these picks, because I've got to do that for Picky Picker, which is International Job 123. I think these are X-Mods. These are Jimmy Longs. I'm going to do a review on these. These were sent to me as gifts. These I bought. These are actually really, really nice. But these guys definitely deserve some more pick time. I've got a lot of good pick time on these. Not too much on those. Give those a good little run through. So stay tuned for that, and I hope I helped. Aloha.